The night was heavy with silence. 2 Roman soldiers stood guard outside a tomb, the tomb of a crucified man they barely understood. The torches flickered, their armor shimmered, but their hearts uneasy. For even in the stillness, something felt alive. A faint wind crawled through the valley, cold, strange, and full of whispers. One soldier turned to the other, voice trembling. "Did you hear that?" The air itself seemed to answer. Something unseen was stirring in the dark. Before them stood the great stone, sealed by Rome, marked by law, and guarded by power. To them, it was final. To heaven, it was only the beginning. The moon dimmed, clouds twisted like living things. The world itself seemed to hold its breath. Somewhere, in the unseen heavens, destiny prepared to move. Then it began. The ground roared beneath their feet, the earth itself trembled, dust rose, rocks cracked, fear took over. These were soldiers who had faced war, but never this. Through the storm clouds, a light broke, brighter than fire, purer than the sun. It wasn't just seen, it was felt. They shielded their eyes, but no hand could hide them from glory. And then, he appeared, an angel, radiant, clothed in light, power, and peace. The soldiers fell, not from force, but from awe. The messenger of heaven had come, and earth stood silent. With a sound like thunder, the massive stone began to move, not by human hands, but by divine will. The tomb opened, and from within, light burst forth like the dawn of creation itself. And just as suddenly, it was quiet. The light faded to a glow, the earth stilled, and only the trembling breaths of men remained. What had they just seen? One soldier, heart pounding, peered inside. No body. Only folded linens, and warmth, the warmth of something holy that had just passed through. They looked at each other, disbelief written across their faces. "If this is true," one whispered, "then everything we've ever known is a lie." As dawn broke, they ran. Through dust and shadow, armor clanging, hearts racing, running not from an enemy, but from the truth they couldn't escape. Before the priests, they spoke breathlessly, of light, of shaking ground, of an angel. But the faces before them hardened. The truth was too dangerous to believe. Silver clinked against the table. "Tell no one," the priests whispered. "Say his followers took the body." The soldiers stared at the coins, and saw not payment, but chains. That night, one soldier sat alone. The coins scattered before him, like the pieces of his soul. He couldn't sleep. Because when he closed his eyes, he still saw the light. In the darkness, he whispered, "I saw him. I saw the light." And in that moment, guilt gave way to longing, the longing to understand what he had witnessed. Rome demanded silence. His heart demanded truth. He was a soldier, but now, he was fighting a war inside himself, a war between fear and faith. Days later, he left the city quietly. No orders, no destination, just a burning question guiding his steps: who was that man, who conquered death? In a quiet corner of Galilee, he found them, the followers of the one they called Jesus. He spoke with trembling lips. He rose, didn't he? Peter looked up, eyes full of tears, and nodded. The soldier fell to his knees. "I saw his light," he cried, "and I believe." For the first time in his life, a Roman warrior surrendered, not to a sword, but to grace. The sun rose over Galilee. The same light that broke the tomb now filled his heart. He wasn't the same man anymore, he was reborn. He could no longer stay silent. In markets, on roads, in homes, he told his story. Not of conquest, but of a king who conquered death. One day, he laid down his Roman helmet beside a wooden cross. The symbol of empire met the symbol of eternity. And in that moment, heaven smiled. As he lifted his eyes to the horizon, that same golden light washed the land once more, the same light that rolled away the stone. And through that glow, his voice echoed. "I was a soldier once, until I saw the light." If you like this, subscribe, like, share and comment.